Hi friends, Miss Sailor here. Sorry that we were not able to do our meet this week. We had some scheduling difficulties. First it was canceled and then we could still have done it, but I didn't want to confuse anybody or interrupt any plans that anyone had from the news of canceling. So I just decided to record our lesson today and then you can watch it. If you'd like, if you'd rather just take the day off, that's fine too. And you don't have to email me if you watch it. It's just kind of an optional lesson for you. If you guys are really missing music today and you want to see me in Punchinello, then you can watch this. But I'm not going to be taking attendance this week or next week. We had some different things going on with the district, but we will be back on the 26th. So February 26th, we'll be back at our regular time for our music meets. So today in this special lesson, I wanted to talk about music, of course, and how we use music in our everyday life. So Punchinello, what do you think about this? How do we use music every day in our country? Well, I think when you're driving in your car, you might listen to music on the radio. Oh yes, I love to listen to music on the radio when I'm driving, and I love to sing along too. Do you guys ever sing along to the radio? Think about it. What's your favorite song on the radio? If you take a really long car trip, does listening to music make the time go by faster? Does it make you not realize how bored you are sitting in the car? Because that's what it does for me. So that's one use that we have for music. What else can we use music for? Well, when I go to a party, I like to dance. And it's really hard to dance like I just did just now without any music. I bet, Punchinello. So if we go to a wedding, or a birthday party, we might have music playing as part of the entertainment, right? And a long time ago, musicians used to just come to parties and play live. And sometimes we still have that, but a lot of times we use recorded music. But back in the days before we had recorded music, people would have to hire musicians for things. So that's another thing. What else do we use music for? Well, have you ever taken a dance class? Actually, Punchinello, I have. I have taken ballet and I have taken Zumba. And you know what is always going on when we take dance is music. And the dance is actually a pattern of steps that are set to the speed and the rhythms in the music, right? So dance and music are pretty much inseparable. And you might also take gymnastics. What's gymnastics? Well, gymnastics is where you move your body in sort of different ways, different moves. You kind of do tricks like flips, or you might do handsprings, or you might walk on a balance beam. And a lot of times people do gymnastic routines, kind of like you might see in the Olympics, and they have music playing. Okay, and another sport you would see music with is ice skating, which is sort of like dancing on ice, right? So lots of ways to use music. Yes, I see. And of course, what do we sing when the birthday cake comes out? What do we sing when the birthday cake comes out? I don't know. Oh, happy birthday to you, cha-cha-cha. Happy birthday to you, cha-cha-cha. Happy birthday, Punchinello. Happy birthday to you or me or however you want to sing it. Okay, thank you, Punchinello. Thank you for that. Yay, good job. Okay, so lots of ways that we use music. Well, there are also different roles of music. Roles, like bread rolls. That sounds good. I'm hungry. No. Roles, like ROLES. So a role is some sort of, in a movie we say it's an actress and she might be pretending to be somebody else. But it's basically a position that you have. So musicians, what is a musician, Punchinello? Well, a musician is somebody who plays an instrument or sings. Yes. But is that the only way you can do music? Are there other things we can do with music but still be a musician? I don't know. Are there? Yes. There's lots of things you can do. So the first one is a performer, okay? So I've been a performer. I play guitar and I sing, and I performed a lot before I was a music teacher. And there's also a composer. What's a composer, Punchinello? I don't know. A composer is somebody who writes music. And by writing music, that means they create it. They create new music that's never been heard before for performers to perform. Right? Okay, so a composer, yes, and we have composers that lived a long time ago, like Bach, Beethoven, Mozart, and we have composers that live today. Did you know that Justin Bieber writes his own music? I did know that. Baby, 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 oh baby, 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 no baby. Okay, no, yes, he wrote that song, but he also wrote some newer songs that are out today. So composers can be from earlier in history, or they can be modern, like Justin Bieber. So composer is somebody who makes up music. Okay. And a composer needs to know their rhythms. They need to know their notes. They need to usually know how to play some kind of instrument so they can hear what the music they write sounds like. And a lot of times they will use pencil and paper to write their music out, but sometimes they will use computer programs. An example one's called Sibelius. There's another one called Finale. So those are computer programs that they can use to write music. Okay, Punchinello, so we've talked about a performer. We talked about a composer, and what is the other musician role that we're going to talk about? I think, and it just so happens that I have a stick for this, and this is perfect. Ow, I think I hit myself in my head. Okay, Punchinello, take it easy. So what is that? That's a conductor. What does a conductor do? Well, a conductor leads a group of musicians. Okay? And a conductor shows them where the beat is and what the meter is. And meter is how we group beats. So we have meter of 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. We have meter of 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And we have meter of 4, which is kind of my favorite because it is what rock and roll uses. Da-na-na-na, da-na-na-na, da-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So, a conductor in the right hand will show these patterns and show where the beat is and keep everybody together. So a conductor will keep the beat, but they will also keep the tempo or the speed of music. So if the music is fast, the conductor might do this, but if it's slow, you might see the conductor do this. The conductor also prepares people to come in, okay? Because sometimes you don't always have to play nonstop, okay? So music has rests. We learned about rest, right? About shushes. So sometimes when you're playing with the group, you have to shush for a while, okay? And when it's time for you to come back in, the conductor might do this. And he usually lifts his hand and then puts it down when you come in, okay? So then the composer will also tell you when you stop, okay? So he might do something like that called a cutoff. Okay. And in his left hand, the conductor shows you all the fancy things that go with music. Okay. So like articulation, is it smooth or is it choppy? It might show you a technique like a bowing technique for violin. Okay. So conductor uses both of his hands to show the musicians what to do. Okay. And sometimes they use what's called a baton, which is a stick. And sometimes they just use their hands. Oh, there is an announcement for Mr. Duncan. So we have to wait till that's over.
Once again, if you're a car rider, you will stay at the flagpole, and we'll get you to your car. Thanks.
Okay, it's time for dismissal here. So let's wrap that up. So we talked about performer, composer, and conductor. Okay. Now Miss Saylor in her life has been all three. Okay, she's performed. She has written her own music, and also when she leads groups of kids in singing, she conducts, okay? So in a little bit, Miss Saylor is going to show you a few songs, not ones that she's composed, but ones that other people have composed, and it's going to be in part 2 of this video. So Miss Saylor is going to perform for you, and before she performs, she's going to talk about audience etiquette and different types of etiquette, which just means manners that you have to have for different styles of music. So not every concert has the same kind of etiquette required. So stay tuned for part 2.